The Hawks were black and blue Wednesday night as Buffalo rocked and rolled to a thrilling 3-2 win at Chicago Stadium in the first meeting between the Sabres and Jacques Cloutier since the veteran Goldie's trade. Cloutier was rolling, but Buffalo's Doug Boncher rocked him with a great move to tie the score at 1 in the second period. Meanwhile, Clint Malarchuk was on a roll of his own in the Sabres' net, shutting down the Hawks' high-powered offense at nearly every turn. Pierre Turgeon tipped Mike Foligno's perfect 2-on-1 pass to tie the score once more later in the period. And then Turgeon, he went topside over a sprawled Cloutier to give Buffalo the winning edge. The Hawks are rocked. The Sabres on a roll again, and the rematch is next on the Niagara Frontiers Sports Network. And tonight's starting goaltenders brought to you by Labatt's Blue. It's blue heaven. It'll be Alain Chevrier in goal for Chicago, playing his 31st game with a 3.92 goals against average. He's won 12, lost 11, and tied 3. At the other end of the ice surface, starting in goal before Buffalo, will be Darren Pupa, playing in his 37th game with a 2.83 goals against average. He's won 19, lost 10, and tied 5. Al Larmer will take over. Krupp is waiting for it back at the blue line. Lets the shot go. Turgeon with a backhand drive, and Chevrier robs Foligno. The puck is still loose.
Watch the opportunity right here for Mike Foligno. All the goaltender can do is say a quick decade of the rosary, and he must have, because he came up with just a marvelous save. Watch his glove hand. He'll stay with Foligno all the way. Foligno's falling down. He knows he has to root the puck. He tried to, but he only got it halfway up the net.
Get in it. After it, around it'll come to the right side to Troy Murray. He gives it to Bob Murray. Now it comes into the Buffalo zone. Here's a shot. They score! Thomas. Steve Thomas beats Pupa. He broke in over the Buffalo blue line quickly, and Chicago has taken a 1-0 lead.
Magnificent goal right here. You can see he blew by one defense, and it might have been Ledyard a little weak at the blue line, and Kennedy was very weak on the check also. And so what really Thomas was facing was he had to bulldog that puck into shooting position past two players, two big, strong defensemen, and that's exactly what he did. That's a great goal by Thomas, and he did it all by himself. A great individual act. 23rd goal of the year. That's a big goal for Chicago, putting the first one up on the boards, especially when you're on the road.
Now back into the Chicago zone to McGill. Works it through, gives it to Sutter. Here's an opportunity. Hudson going in with a backhand drive. He scores! Mike Hudson in Chicago has taken a 2-0 lead. The Sabres got all confused at the Buffalo blue line.
Boy, if you're looking for a hockey player from the future, keep a look. Take a close look at this kid Hudson here. Watch how he scores this goal with a backhand shot high into the top corner. That's the first time I've noticed that probably in about 5 years. What a slick goal. Really beat him cleanly. Just sent the puck right over the glove hand of Pupa, who's getting set right now, and there it goes. Buffalo once again very lackadaisical defensively, not playing a very tough game in their own zone. And Chicago are smelling this out, and they're really starting to freewheel now. Let's have a look right here as the Sabres move in towards Chevrier. That puck hits the backboards. Look where it shows up, right in the crease area. Very fortunate for the Chicago Blackhawks. They got the right bounce, and Hope couldn't get his stick on the puck.
The Commonwealth Games for CBC Sports Weekend in New Zealand. Now here's Andrechuk clearing it behind the net. Turgeon tried to work it in front. He did, but Wilson was there to take it away for Chicago. Now Ramsey comes up on the play. Here's Andrechuk giving it now to Turgeon. Turgeon, he scores! Pierre Turgeon with his 23rd goal of the season.
Well, and here comes Buffalo again, just like the past 3 or 4 games. Watch this move right here. You talk about some weak checking. I mean, no one picks up Turgeon. No one lays a stick on him. There's one guy that opens things up for him right there, and that's Dave Andrechuk with an outstanding pass, and not a stick is laid on Pierre Turgeon as he holds and holds, and finally the goaltender dropped, the defenseman dropped. Nobody has him. All he's looking at is an open net. That's where he drives it home. First goal of the game. And as expected, Buffalo starting to move now.
Krupp had looked up the ice expecting to pass it. Here's another drive, and that'll go to the far side, taken by Andrechuk. Kept in by Yanni. Now Creighton. Ramsey after Creighton.
Now Krupp, it's in behind the net. It'll go to the corner board. Back it comes to Conroy. Here's a chance now for Creighton. Creighton with the backhand shot. He scores! Adam Creighton. And Chicago goes back into a 2-goal lead. Creighton gets his 26th goal of the season.
That's 2 backhand goals tonight for the Chicago Blackhawks. Hudson and now Creighton. Let me tell you something. The most impressive thing about this goal is not necessarily the fact that Creighton scored it. It's the fact that probably the best defensive defenseman in the National Hockey League, Mike Ramsey, was defending against him, and Creighton found a way to come out on top. I mean, when you can pull away from Ramsey and still score when he's all over you, you really pulled something off.
Good. Now the pass up to Hogue. He skates to center now into the Chicago zone. Big drive, and here's a backhand shot, and Chevrier makes the save there as he was backing into the goal crease. Roenick winning the draw, and will come back to the left point. Here's Priestley, gives it to Snuggerud. Snuggerud got a break, getting it on goal. He's checked from behind. The puck is sitting there at the goal crease. And it finally cleared, and now there's going to be a penalty to Chicago. Snuggerud.
You know, that poor kid works like a dog, and he just has no luck whatsoever. Watch it right here. At this point, Wilson's doing a good job. All right, there's no penalty. But right at the end, you know, you got to give it an extra little twist. And down he goes. The penalty will go to Wilson. And you can see just doing everything he could possibly do. That Snuggerud, he takes a shot anyway, banks it off the post. Look where the puck is laying. Of course, that was a Blackhawk player that moved in there and shot it out of reach of any Sabre player. Doug set for one. Here's the drive. Watch him in front of the net, trying to get his position, and there's the drive by Roenick, right on goal. Good thing he didn't put it up high. He kept it low and caught him right in the pads.
For Arneal, Buffalo's back at full strength. Here's the pass to Foligno. Foligno left it there. Here's Arneal, winds up with the drive. Chevrier makes the save, and he came out of the goal crease to cut down that angle on that drive by Arneal. Over the Buffalo blue line. Here's a pass over now to Arneal. Left it there for Housley. Housley winds up with the drive and hits the goalpost. Housley knocked that one off the goalpost by, trying to get it out in front. Chevrier makes the save and holds on. And Housley, a moment ago, shot that one off the goalpost.
The Sabres are much more aggressive in this third period, especially in around the Chicago goal. They're driving in around that crease area like they have a mean streak all of a sudden, and they were looking like they want to score. And there's a drive from the side of the net off the stick of Phil Housley. Then the action starts right in front of the net here with Vive trying a little spinorama move, and the goaltender Chevrier staying with it all the way and following up with a pad save on the second opportunity. Well, that's the action right here in front of the net. Here's where Vive picks it up, wheels quickly, tries to dump it into hopefully an open net. It's not there. Everything was shut off by the time he arrived.
Will come back. Vive works to the back end. Here's Ledger trying to move in front of the Chicago net. He tried to backhand it through, and Ruutu.
What do we got? A high stick, maybe? You bet.
Ruutu got nailed in the face area. I did not see it. I just looked and I saw Ruutu go down to the ice to the left of the Chicago net.
Remember now, he broke his nose a while back. You have to wonder if he caught the stick right in the nose again. Ted refractured it. But he's down and he's bleeding, and there should be a penalty. Yeah, there should be a penalty coming up here to Chicago. They caught one the last game, also the Blackhawks, for 5 minutes for high sticking. Let's see if they get one here this evening. Good cut if he has to leave the ice. Now watch this. See the man go down there, and it's right there. Nails his chin on the ice. Now there was no high stick. He got caught up with the goaltender when he cut through the crease, and that's when he fell. He got tied up with the goaltender and landed right on his chin. He split it open pretty good, I'll tell you, if he left the ice. Normally, they just patch you up and wait till the game's over.
Cam Russell. Housley with the skates tries to keep it in. Comes to center. Creighton comes in over the line. Creighton drops it back now to throw it back to Creighton right in front with a shot. He scores! Adam Creighton gets his second goal of the game. That is 27th of the year, and Chicago will take a 4-1 lead with 11 minutes and 24 seconds remaining.
Well, this is really nothing new for Adam Creighton. When he had his big nights here with Buffalo, this is the way he scored his goals. Now watch him with the long reach. You can see the goaltender goes down, and that one man's trying to pick him up. That's Doug Bodger reaching, try to interfere with him a little bit, but there's not a chance in the world. He's just too big and too strong and too much reach. And really, it made it look very, very simple, didn't he?
Here's the announcement on the goal.
Security office. Churchill.
I guess that's not the announcement on the goal, is it, Mike?
I guess not, unless they want Creighton to go to the security office.
And number 32, Steve Thomas. Creighton from Troy Murray and Thomas. The time 8:36.
Now the puck in behind the net. It's knocked down, taken by Hartman. Hartman worked it in front. Back it comes to Kennedy. Shooting. He scores! That could have been a deflection in front of the Chicago net.
You might have called it right, Ted. Kennedy really had a good run at the puck. Now watch this. It almost comes out into the slot area, you might say. He steps in and really drills it. Actually, I think that might have went off the Chicago defenseman's stick. Here's another look at it. You bet it did. Man right in the slot area wearing the Hawk uniform, caught it on the blade of his stick, changed directions, and in it goes for Buffalo's second goal of the game with 10:20 remaining. Hawks still hold on to a 2-goal lead. Dean Kennedy will get credit for the goal.
On the face-off, Ruutu. Creighton after him. Ruutu steps away. Here's Ruutu, gets it back to Housley. The drive, the rebound. It's Chevrier. Makes a couple of big saves there. Stopped there by Conroy. Now Krupp comes up on the play. There's a loose puck in front. And Chevrier falls down and makes the save with 2 minutes and 29 seconds remaining here in the third period. With 11 seconds remaining, Chicago Blackhawks will move into a second-place tie with the Buffalo Sabres. They will have 60 points. And the game is over, and the Chicago Blackhawks have defeated the Buffalo Sabres here at Memorial Auditorium. 2 nights ago, Buffalo edged Chicago by a 3-2 score at Chicago Stadium. Third period shots, Buffalo had 11, Chicago had 6. Total shots on goal, Buffalo with a total of 34 and Chicago with 24. And tomorrow night the Chicago Blackhawks will be in Hartford to take on the Hartford Whalers. And Alain Chevrier wins his 13th game of the season against 11 losses and 3 ties.